Alrighty. Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Milks. This is the walkthrough video for Friday, the 13th. Spooky. We will try your luck at a Kahoot in a minute. We're not doing yellow bell work this week, but as you're aware, the reason we didn't is in part because I worked really hard to finish the grades so that your grades are up to date. So please find your binder and a pencil because today we're going to start with a Kahoot and then we're going to go back to this idea about capacity for learning. So like people think you learn a thing and then it's done, but in order to really durably learn a thing, we have to touch it again and again and again. And so that's why we're working to make the study folders. Now you've seen all the parts of our curriculum, right? A portrait of a human, which the Bio 1.4 assignment about cell division and cell differentiation. You've seen that. You have seen the study guides. You are ready to make the study folder, which is due on Monday, although we're just going to check it off in class as you work on another review assignment that'll get you ready for our Unit 1 exam, which we expect on Tuesday of next week. So just a reminder that before we move on, that the last day for missing and late work, everything in Canvas that's due today or before for this class is due next Friday at 2:40 p.m. It says it up here in black again and again and now again, right? That's the last call for missing and late work. So if you have missing and late work, don't just shove it into the bin, run it past me so that you will feel confident that you will have a full credit thing. Next week, I am going to switch to just put it in the bin and let me process it, but there's definitely going to be some downtime between you turning in things and things not going well. I'll let you know in class about the Canvas to Skyward problem. Canvas is up to date though, so it's really important that that is what you check. All right, cool. So we did a Kahoot. Whoops, I threw a grape. You can find it by clicking here or by clicking here. It's going to look like this when you're signed in, and then you can play solo if you want. But that's what we're going to do in class to start class today. And then we're going to let people work on their study folders. So just a reminder about the required elements here. The folder should have your name and title. That's Unit 1 on the front. And then you're going to organize the folder into sections based on the standards. And the goal is, I'm worried about my grape. Hang on. The goal here is not, where'd it go? Not just to copy information, but to, not going to eat that one, but to like do something with it. So one of the things you're going to do is copy the number of the standard and the I can statement. You end where before it says by and then lists all the stuff that we did in class. You're going to describe that content. You're going to need graphs, examples, flowcharts. You're going to need some vocabulary, most of you. If there's a word you know, you don't have to put it. But if there's a word you don't yet know, you really have to make sure it's represented some way. We think it's useful to like draw pictures to help you remember the concepts. We think it's useful to like outline the steps of a process. And most importantly, use questions from our assignments as sample questions and answers. That's a really helpful way to make these things. So that's what we're working on today. And then just a preview of what's happening. I'm going to show, this is falls. We're going to look for you. We had nobody do terribly well on the quiz in fall. And we noticed that a lot of people were really struggling with independent variables and dependent variables. We also noticed that biological feedback cycles were tricky. And so we'll talk more about that on Monday. And we actually have an assignment for you where you're going to be practicing independent dependent variables, and I'll update this. But just a heads up about what we're doing on Monday. You will be working on a review assignment, but it will here we go. But it will be about that content. So today, though, make sure you're in good shape to take that exam on Tuesday. It will be our first one. There will be an opportunity to raise your grade. We're not quite sure what it looks like yet, but we'll let you know soon. All right, take care out there. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back next week.